Hello, namaste. Welcome to the print. My name is Amana Begam Ansari. And Bengaluru's techie Atul Subhash suicide has sparked debate over the marriages law. And the argument is that the law meant to safeguard women's interest ultimately become a weapon to settle personal scores against men. What began as a simple marital dispute escalated into a tragic loss of a life, leaving many unanswered questions. While details of the case will keep surfacing and the truth will eventually comes out, it looks like a situation where a man was caught in an unsolvable personal issue, which eventually led to his ideological indoctrination. With the news of Subhas' suicide, social media seems to be divided into two polar opposite camps. One side argues that the legal system favors women, turning men into victims. They're also questioning the legitimacy of women's empowerment altogether as a concept. On the other side, the argument is that the misogynists have found a new way to discredit women's struggle in a patriarchal framework, where women remains a clear victim of systematic oppression, social inequalities, and violence. Historically, arranged marriage, the so called bedrock of the Indian civilization, was not designed keeping women in the mind and their happiness and their interest. Hence, it created a social setup and institution that favored men and oppressed women. To address these disparities, Indian laws, especially those related to marriage, domestic violence, and sexual harassment, have been designed to protect women. While gender inequalities, lack of financial independence, underrepresentation of women in public space, and many other challenges still exist in India, significant progress in the direction of women's empowerment has also been made. Women are now relatively empowered and independent enough to make their important life choices. The truth is that a society built on patriarchy is being slowly corrected by the measured effort in India. This is creating a shift from traditional gender roles to modernity, but the transition toward gender equality is far from linear. The root of the issue lies in the fact that the legal system cannot adequately account for this social transition. This gets even more complicated once you factor in divergent economic realities widely faced by different sections of the population in India. With this transition incomplete, the legal system is often left playing catch up. Ironically, in this attempt to empower women, the system can sometimes reinforce gender role by treating women as a perpetual victims in the quest to provide them with protection. The same rules cannot ensure a just outcome for women facing disparities. This challenge can be particularly daunting for Indian women from diverse backgrounds, where a one size fits all approach to legal matter may not deliver the justice they deserve. These contradictions create conflict that online radicals on both sides of the aisle eagerly exploit as they do with any contentious issue. The resulting online rhetoric deepens distrust between gender instead of offering a nuanced understanding of the situation. The real solution lies in addressing and bridging disparities. India's diversity makes the journey towards gender equality particularly challenging for that reason. Women from the rural or marginalized background often face a double burden of patriarchy and poverty. Legal and social intervention must consider these disparities to ensure that empowerment efforts are equitable and inclusive. Many women still need legal protection, but they don't come forward to even speak up due to social stigma. So, the only way ahead is to rapidly and thoroughly embrace women's rightful place in the public sphere, empowering them to earn livelihood so they can take care of themselves A society that sees women as equal earner and decision maker and creates such space for them will naturally reduce reliance on paternalistic legal interventions. Achieving this cultural shift requires a collective effort. When the social norms will change, the legal framework will also evolve. Shifting traditional roles and rejecting patriarchal structure will not only liberate women but also allow men to break free from societal constraints. Men don't have to bear the entire financial burden of the family and be valued solely as a providers. However, this does not mean that legal reform should wait until social change is fully achieved. The law can evolve parallel to the social reform, so it can be sensitive to nuances and context. Without this parallel evolution, the quest for justice risks creating new form of injustice. There is a need to work toward evolving our legal framework to better align with these social changes and address the disparities faced by many. By fostering a more empathetic understanding of these issues, we can create a more just and equitable society for everyone. For more such a video, keep watching the print. Thank you.